The world is broken. Broken by the gods who gave it life, then abandoned it. We have been left to fend for ourselves, our divine essence bonding with the plants, which we reshaped into weapons, bonding with the sea, which then reshaped us. Next was the insects, and then the beasts of the land. We found remnants of the gods, chaos, the power to transform reality, but it was not meant for us to wield. The secret societies, with both noble and selfish goals, have tried to control it. Something has changed. Gaia has awoken from her slumber, and Asunder has begun to devour itself. The Naga have betrayed the Alliance. Demons flood the Black Isle, and the dead have begun to rise. Most deny the end is coming. We've seen the signs, cannot turn back. We are the Seekers, and we will find the answers wherever they take us. Our story can be your story.
I thought you guys were cheering me on. Thank you so much. Wow, what a great start, huh? Hey, I'm Becca Scott. Welcome to Asunder from the Good Time Society. I just thought you guys were cheering. I can see the image of my co-players just waving at me. So I felt very full of love. So I am going through the description of the World of Asunder, and also I was telling you all that we have this super sweet giveaway that we're going to be doing at the midpoint of the show from Dragonburn Designs. Yay, look at this thing. And I've held up that journal on the left there, or the right, they're the same, that we'll be giving away. And you can go to dragonburndesigns.com if you want to check out their stuff. I had a lot to read, okay? I was just like, they're cheering me on. They know I can read it. Okay, but I do want to tell you about the World of Asunder. Okay, so it is a dark tabletop RPG. It's set in a world abandoned by its gods who ripped metal from its depth on their departure. Humans were their last creation. Now, each type of human was given a divine spark known as essence, which bonded with the world around them, giving them the power to shape it. Now, depending on where you're from, your essence will do very different things. So, for example, our very own Satine Phoenix, who is from the island of Bakari, her people command beasts and even take on their shape. In New Gaia, they weave plants and insects into living weapons and complex tools. On the Black Isle, their essence turned inward, making them hardened and able to withstand their endless war with the demons. And in the floating isles of Sky City, their bond grants them the power over gravity. For those in the sea, they sprout extra limbs and gills. NBD. But the world has begun to consume itself. Gaia, the being who kept the planet alive, wants her freedom and has commanded the fungi to infect the dead, causing them to rise. Plagues threaten the outer lands, and shards of crystallized chaos have begun to rise to the surface of the land. Chaos was the god's tool for creation and was not meant for humans to wield. It is completely addictive and destructive, as Neera will soon find out. However, the mainland governors enslaved those mad enough to harness it and hold them as tokens in their Cold War with each other. But not me yet. Players take on the role of seekers, those who have seen the signs of the end, and while the rest of the world turns a blind eye in their reckless pursuit of power, they cannot turn back. They will seek answers on how to save this dying world wherever it may take them. Seekers do not have classes, but instead develop many paths along their journey that are woven into the narrative. A young seeker may start as an insect weaver, but in their story leave their homeland due to corruption. Then they find themselves uniting with a secret society known as the Wooden Legion, who craft mech-like suits from living plants. They take on that path and acquire those unique abilities. Now, other seekers become addicted to demon blood or learn how to harvest the memories of Asunder stored within the earth or work in the shadows for the elite of Sky City. No player's experience is the same. And Adam Lawson of tabletop fame created this world, and the game mechanics were built by Brian Engard of Fate Core and Rob Schwab of 5e. The Kickstarter campaign goes live on November 17th. Mark your calendars. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description below. There will be 2 source books, a set of epic minis, a novel, a keeper screen, and custom dice. You can sign up on that pre-launch page right below. You'll find that link and get exclusive art there as well. Okay, and let me one more time say we will be doing a giveaway of these beautiful Dragonburn designs in the middle of the show when we take a little break. But now it's time that I introduce you to your keeper for the evening, the incredible Amy Vorpahl.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be there and here as well. Becca, thanks for having me. And I can't wait to introduce you to the cast that we're playing along with. This world is the seed of imagination. I got to tell you, I'm having such an amazing time coming up with what can be true, which basically is anything. So the way I love creating is if there are restrictions put on me, and taking away gods and taking away metal is a very, very fun way to be super restrictive, which means super creativity. So thanks to your Twitch and your YouTube and Facebook Live, everyone for tuning in. We can see all of your comments. And there is a mechanic where at one point in the game, you will have access to partake in the adventure. Just for fun. So without further ado, I'm going to give just a quick little, it doesn't hurt to hear it another time if you're sitting in a vampire or a D&D mindset. It doesn't hurt to hear one more time what I think Asunder is and how I'm interpreting it. So real quick, Asunder is a game about people, humans. They're seeking truth, power, and belonging in a world without metal or gods. The world was broken long ago. The gods that once were a part of this world, they left. And with them, they took metal, the precious resource that decided strength and power for these humans. Without this resource and without the balance that deities offer, the world and lands began devouring itself. That means the entire world is going to die. And everyone knows this, and very, very few people talk about it. It's almost like 2020. But the gods had created humans. And in the creation, the gods left behind a piece of themselves called essence. Though an infinitely smaller amount of essence exists in humans than did in the gods, humans are themselves extremely resourceful, and they've learned to channel their essence and bond to different pieces of these Asunder lands, characterizing the humans into dangerous and different categories. So yes, the land is broken, but humans have figured out how to survive, as they always do, in this treacherous and dangerously beautiful world they call home. So if you want to, as we were listening to the players describe their characters, they're all seekers, remember? Seekers of truth and belonging, knowledge, whatever they decide to seek. But as they do describe themselves, let us know in chat who and which sort of human you would like to be. You can bond with all kinds of different things, including plants, insects, yourself, your soul, your by the way, when I say self, I mean your body. You can also bond with chaos. Chaos is just the weird tool that God's used to build the world, including humans, but humans were never meant to wield it. So it's absolutely insane. It's almost like a mega powerful, it's like steroids, I guess, or drugs, but weirder stuff happens than just you get stronger. And then there are the people of the sea who bond with the sea itself, and they turn into as if the sea were just full of toxic waste, and the fish had mated with humans, and then you're just born with like barnacles all over your plate, all over your body, or a mouth in your knee, or extra limbs. You can just go nuts. You can also bond with Blice, which is a crystal that lets you mess with gravity, which lets you come down harder and go up faster. So take that as you will. And with that, let us meet our players. This inimitable cast deserves only Matt Mercer's mellifluous voice introducing us. So Becca, if you can show us everyone's faces, and we're all here!
Hey.
Hello, it's so lovely to have you here.
Start.
Yes, that was so funny, Becky. By the way, we were all commenting. You look great. She looks so happy. I don't know what
She was crushing it.
Your guys' images going, yeah!
We could feel your energy through the screen. We're like, oh, they got it.
Me.
Yes, we do have a very happy and joyful cast here, including myself, but Asunder is not a world of joy. So without further ado, let's hear what our players are playing, which characters they're playing. Neera, if you would like to go first, I believe you have an introduction planned out.
That's right, I am Neera Wayfinder. I am a mainlander. I was born in the agricultural city of East Twin. Of course, all mainlanders only have the option to bond with our own souls. But there we harness the chaos energy, as I plan to do, in service of Mother Gaia. She's spoken to me, you know. She sent me a message. She wants me to sacrifice myself at the perfect moment for her. And I will. I am sort of, I would say, thick with two C's. Oh, thanks, Sonia. Short and stout, sort of broad, practical hair. It's bright silver. I don't know if silver can be bright, sticking up in every which way. And I'm sort of always full of a quiet fury, but never really raise my voice. We'll see if I can actually roleplay that. She's 5'3". Her brow is constantly furrowed, and like any warrior of land or sea, she's covered in the scars of battle. Now, something very important about Neera's backstory is that when she was 20, she was kidnapped from the seaside by a ship of seafarers and was taken under the wing of the captain of that ship, Lore Flagon. The ship was called the Grador. It was a living ship, of course, as many things in this world are, because nothing metal exists. Everything is made of organic matter, which is so awesome. Let's see, I've known Onyx for years because he is a criminal, and I've dealt with his kind, especially in a restaurant at the Twins that I have a contact at, and I spend a lot of time there. I may or may not be a sort of informant for various parties that go in and out of that establishment. Of course, I worship Gaia. Why would you not worship Gaia? Gaia is the mother that will bring restoration to our world. Of course, I learned to sail while I lived for 7 years with this crew, and I know quite a bit about literature. I do love to read. And that's Neera.
I love Neera. I also want to point out that while there are no gods, that doesn't stop humans from worshiping things. Humans will worship. Humans will come up with ideas of how things exist and things that are outside themselves to explain how things work. So other gods or other godlike things are things like pure light, chaos itself, which is of the gods, demons, naga, which are women with snake bodies, almost like if you imagine a centaur, but they're snakes on the bottom, and they're all women. Most of them are women at this point. Sea serpents for the sea people, they find them magical and majestic. Things like the god's eye. Oh yes, there's a naga, and she's bigger than she looks. As in her girth is wide. And noble houses. Yes.
Same.
Noble houses are the last way that people express their worship. So thank you, Neera. She has bonded to her soul, which allows her to access chaos. And let's go with Onyx. She mentioned that she knows Onyx. What does Onyx look like, and what does he channel?
First of all, Neera, as I've told you before, no one likes a rat. So let's, just tone down the informant talk, if you could, please. Thank you very, very much. Moving on, I'm Onyx Obsidian. I dwell from Sky City. If you don't know anything about Sky City, let's just say that Sky City is way better than everywhere else. We can fly. I have something called lighter than air, which means I'm bonded to the Blister crystal. Everything about me is Blister crystal. I even wear Blister crystal shades. Bone shades with Blister crystal lenses. I've got Blister crystal in my ears, like little earrings. I've even got a blinged out Blister crystal air skiff. As Neera ratted me out about, I do some illegal activity. I'm not going to tell you what that is. You'll find out. Let's just say there's something in the world of Asunder that is not supposed to be there. I deal with that. And I'm also, kind of somebody who just rolls around with immunity, because I am part of the one of the 9 major noble houses of Sky City. I just got that kind of clout. My grandfather was a politician. So I get by. I do whatever I want, and no one's going to really stop me. People say, oh, you're kind of average looking, average height, average weight, average face. I can't disagree with them more, but that's just kind of what they want to say, and that's fine. Neera and I have met. We met in West Twins, and there was an incident that happened there, and she really helped me in that situation. I'm a man of my word. I was taught that at a very young age, and I owe her something for that. I'm not happy about it, but I do what I can. So Neera, just if you could, thank you. Another thing about please, I'm talking. Thank you. Another thing about Neera, excuse me. My gosh, she's in my head as usual. Another thing about Onyx, if you want to know how I look, other than gorgeous, I've got a black obsidian. That's my last name. Obsidian / tourmaline gladiator armor chest. I've got tribal tattoos that I got when I was a young little boy. I'm not really sure how I got them or where I got them, but they're from some tribe, and I don't know. So they're there, but who knows? I've also got some nice leather pants with some big boots, and like I said, I always rock my Blister crystal sunglasses, because if there's someone like maybe Neera, who I want to take a closer look at, I can just manipulate the gravity and just drop them down, under my eyes. I don't even have to touch them, because that's what we do in Sky City. We fly, we manipulate, we do whatever we want, because we are the best in Asunder. Thank you.
Yes, what a wonderful diplomatic political speech. I'm sure everyone's going to be on your side after that, Onyx.
Thank you.
He's going to be a joy to be around.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the reason the entire group is actually together is there is a member of the group who might identify with some of those tattoos. That he experienced a memory similar to that in his past. So let's meet Pyrus from the Black Isle.
So, my name is Pyrus Olam Goddard, and I hail from the T'Chan clan of the Black Isles. Being one from the Black Isles, my essence is bonded with my body as I focus my energy inward, conditioning my body into a living weapon. I have close-cropped black hair with no facial hair, and my face is quite average in appearance except for my piercing eyes. I am neither tall nor short, but I have a muscular frame. My ashen skin is taut over my muscles due to a life of constant exertion. I wear a dark gray gi with matching gray pants, soft black leather boots, and a deep red sash wrapped around my waist. My arms have twisting red inked tattoos that snake up, both of them. And before becoming a seeker, I was one of many demon hunters in my clan. What I am seeking is information. While returning home from a particularly difficult hunt, I was separated from my party and stumbled upon a cave wherein I found the most interesting drawings that I can only describe as a prophecy. And in the center of this prophecy is a being. And I have dedicated my life to finding out who that being is.
Wow. Okay. Oh, awesome. I mean, you're a very, very mysterious person. And a lot of people don't quite believe that demons are entering this earth. Why would they? They exist only on the Black Isle, and the Black Isle people have made it their mission to quell the insurgents. So as far as the rest of you are concerned, maybe there are demons. You believe Pyrus' stories, but this threat doesn't concern you at the moment. So his fight seems to be his own, but his prophecy does not. Sonia, how do you relate to this group, and what have you bonded with?
All right, I am Sonia of the Crystal Grass Tribe in the island of Pakari. And those of us from Pakari, we are essence bonded with beasts. And I've always been in touch with beasts. I'm from the jungle, so I really enjoy the predatorial beasts. But I really extra bonded with one that I'd never seen before. This is a flying jaguar. It's this really black jaguar with these huge condor wings that just fold up against it. And we had a very, very intimate bonding ceremony. And I was so fascinated with this creature that I sought out its creator. So it turns out that chaos is what creates these strange creatures. And through that, I was led to Neera. And so I was a part of the military. I have training as an assassin. And I'm also a guide. And I believe that Neera is completely right in everything that she says. And I have decided to be her protector. I don't know how tall everyone else is, but I'm like 6'1". I've got big curly hair, and I'm really, really attractive. Bronze skin, like 36, 24, 36, like leather bikini. You know, I've got a necklace of different kinds of teeth. I'm covered in really keloided scars, but they're like really badass scars. And I one of my favorite things is a cloak that Neera gave me because I'm kind of exposed often. I also wear a blue crystal earring and bracers that are like vertebrae. Yeah. And I've got like leather pants, but they're like crisscrosses all up the sides. Yeah. And I've got very feline features. That's kind of the Pakari thing. So yeah, that's...
When you say it's the Pakari thing, you don't mean feline features necessarily, but
no.
Look.
Yeah, so whatever you bond with, that is kind of the traits that you acquire.
Yeah, you start sharing looks. So those of you in chat, there are 6 different types of human based on who they bond with. Let us know who you think you'd like to bond with. You've heard from 4 of them: the Black Isle demon hunters, the Pakari who bond with beasts, the Sky City flyers or skimmers is what they're called. They bond with Blice, and the mainlander humans who bonded with their souls, which allow them to wield chaos. And we'll see how that shapes up. The other 2 are the new Gaians who can bond with plants and insects, which kind of like the Pakari, they take on traits like the things they bond to. And then the seafarers who are just plain mutants. So let us know in chat who you think you would like to play when this game comes out. Kickstarter starts again November 17th. Can't say that.
Yeah.
And now, without any more further ado, I think it's time to part the veil and make sure that we're no longer in the realm of 2020. We're in a much darker time and a much darker place. It's time to part the veil of reality. You all find yourselves on the main island on the northeast side in the acid jungle. But you're blindfolded and you're being brought to a soft landing by Onyx the Skimmer's skyship, which is embarrassingly blinged out in Blice crystals.
There's 2 O's on the top, just so you know. For Onyx Obsidian.
There's 2 O's made of Blice crystals. This is the for a metaphor, just double rims car, bouncing all over the place.
They're spinning. They're spinning.
Yeah. It's not driven by your skimmer party member, Onyx. Actually, Ray Telg, the Naga, agreed to lead you to the underworld market. The Blister Socket is what it's called, which happens to be the title of this episode, the Blister Socket. But she only agreed to take you to the Blister Socket as your guide if she could fly the ship and you were all blindfolded. She also demanded payment in the form of a diamond, a very rare gem. All the currency here is gems. She demanded a diamond, which Onyx agreed to upon arrival. All of you have joined Neera to seek out Pyrus's memory of these cave paintings that portray a figure harnessing and raising, it seems like, a group of demons, humans, other smaller figures, perhaps. And you each believe you need to see the paintings for yourself. You're not quite sure you believe that he's a demon lord the same way that Pyrus believes. So you have joined Neera in a quest for a seed of Gaia, which is a small artifact, really, a small organic artifact that could promise anything. But this particular seed of Gaia promises knowledge, perhaps in the form of a memory or perhaps in the form of speaking directly to Gaia. You're not sure. Definitely in a metaphysical communication system. So you need the seed of Gaia to find out what the cave paintings are, or at the very least, where they are. It's worth noting that Pyrus has told you that he can't find these paintings himself anymore. They've disappeared. They've moved. The chaos energy of the earth has perhaps disrupted the map, geography, or maybe it's Gaia's will that it's disappeared from humans' ability to read it. You don't know, but the seed of Gaia, you believe, will guide you to the cave paintings and perhaps help explain what it means. Now, Raytelg, if you remember from mere seconds ago, she slithered toward each of you, her upper body huge, sinuous, and terrifyingly beautiful. Her lower body, a snake. She had gently removed your blindfolds, and you had seen that you were among thick trees, almost impossible diameters of trunks, that they grew into wet, soggy, moss-covered earth where you now stand. It feels pillowy underneath, and you're not sure what the terrain is like underneath it, but it is pillowy, difficult to walk in, almost like sand, but it's definitely moss. The trees themselves are so tall, you couldn't make out the tops of them due to the obscurement of the thick canopies, and you did try. Insect sounds, gurgling of perhaps plant life, perhaps it's acid. I mean, it is called the acid jungle. They fill your ears, but at the moment, Your environment is the least of your worries because there is a knife to Onyx's throat held by Raytelg. There are 4 other humans in thick vine armor. Everything is wrapped in these thick vines, almost like ropes around to create bracers and chest plates. But they appeared seemingly out of nowhere. And it turns out you are each realizing, as Raytelg has just realized, that Onyx's diamond he promised to her was not on his person.
Onyx,
That's right.
you said you could pay.
What had happened was, listen, I have it. Okay, like look at me, I have it. Okay, that's not the problem.
If you have it, show it to me.
Listen, I can get it for you, but you need to get us to where we need to be. Okay.
We are going to. I'm going to roll a d6, and we're going to enter countdown dice mode, which means we have about however many rounds left for you to resolve this. So I rolled a 5. That's really good for you guys. So you have 5 basically rounds, and each round is technically about 6 seconds. You can use it to talk. You can use it to take an action. We'll start. You can actually you can decide how you want to spend your rounds and in which order you want to do. But we'll start with Onyx since he is talking.
Okay. Listen. A little bit of help here, guys. The diamond you're gonna get. Like it's not. We have it. I have it.
Just ship it off the outside of a ship.
It's actually not a diamond. It's a crystal. We'll talk about that later.
Yes, I'm not stupid. I know the difference between a Blice crystal, almost irrelevant and horribly distasteful, if I might add, and a diamond, which is worth way more. I could buy so many. I could get more pieces for my god machine.
Okay, look. How about we cut a deal? Let's do that.
Actually, we'll stop with you saying let's cut a deal. If anyone else would like to take a turn, Raytelg might have something to do as well. Do the rest of you want to do anything?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's survey the scene. So there's 4 human dudes. They're the people of Raytelg.
Yeah, they're not Naga. They are humans. There's 2 men and 2 women. They are beefed out in wrapped vine ropes around themselves. They do look ready for battle. Each of them have 2 I was going to say swords, but 2 clubs on the back of their backs, and they are waiting. They're basically, it does look like Raytelg has the upper hand, and she can tell them what to do.
Are we bound in any way, or we?
You're not bound. You aren't bound.
Okay, so Sonia and her trusty flying jaguar named Palm, we're going to just kind of like slowly, very cat-like, slither over towards Onyx, and I'm going to take out my big, it's like a large bone club, and it's got these cool spikes on the end, and I'm just like ready.
Okay, so you are trying to, are you trying to be like sneaky about this?
Yeah. Well,
or hiding? Are you hiding?
Intimidating, actually.
Oh, you're intimidating.
Because I'm like 6 something, so the 2
Right.
and Palm is there too, and we're just like getting ready. Kind of, we have Onyx's back whenever he's ready to go, and the jaguar's like wings are kind of going.
Awesome. So actually, Sonia might want to call an action, which would if you say what will happen hypothetically, if this happens, then you can trigger that action. So it sounds like you want to ready an attack or call an attack.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So Palm and I, if something goes to attack Onyx, we want to get in their way. So I would rather take the hit.
Amazing. Okay, so if that does happen, then you can trigger your action for free. Neera and Pyrus.
I always have my deadly harpoon on my person that was gifted to me by the seafarers. Of course, it was used to kill a deadly sea serpent, which gives it an extra edge in my mind, more confidence every time I use it. So of course I take aim, but I'm curious if it seems that this Naga is looking at any of her 4 bodyguards, particularly like making eye contact with one of them that seems to be her favorite or the one in command, or maybe just the one closest to me.
Okay, awesome. So I think I want to make a bunch of different kind of challenge rules for everybody, but I want to hear what Pyrus wants to do first.
Okay, so I turn to the rest of the group and I say, I told you all this was a very bad idea to trust the Naga. And then I want to sort of position myself in a way where I can like the 4 humans, are they spread out or are they kind of in a group? How are they?
Imagine if you are all in a version of a center of a circle. They are marking the compass rose directions, north, south, east, west. So they're trying to block any escape.
Okay, then I want to block 2 of them from the center of the sort of position myself between 2 of them on the other side.
Perfect.
Opposite of where Sonia is.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. So here's what we'll do. I want everyone to make some challenge checks. Onyx, it sounds like you're trying to persuade. So I want you to make a will attack on Raytelg. As far as Neera, I want you to make a perception check. A perception, is that right? What is the language? Is that right? Perception.
Yes.
Ability check. Okay. So do a perception.
Attribute.
Yes. And that's just a D20. And then Pyrus and Sonia, let's do a will attack on the bodyguards. And let me know what each of you get. I will say, here's what I'm going to say. I think that they're on their home turf. So Pyrus and Sonia, you have banes. Raytelg isn't, she's looking pretty smug. So you both have a bane. Neera, you actually have a boon because they are all focusing their energy on really standing in this murk and these people who look like they might be attacking. Onyx, do you have any professions that might give you a boon in persuading someone about money?
Well, in fact, I do. I'm a carouser, so I'd say that would give me a little bit of a boon. Would you say?
Yeah, and we're also going into the black market. She's leading you into the black market. So I will say you do have a criminal profession. It sounds like you don't want to reveal it just yet. So that's another boon. You can roll with 2 boons.
Okay. Fantastic.
Okay.
Now I have a question.
Let me just say I have to roll a 6 on my Bane D6 or my. Oh shoot! Did you say I have a Bane or a boon?
You have a boon, Neera.
Yes. Okay. So there's a chance because I rolled a 4 on my D20.
Amy, I'm just curious. What is the knife made out of?
The knife is made out of sharpened bone.
Oh, okay.
It's white. It's bone white, and it's unclear which an animal it might. You know that Nagas are obsessed with humans because they were also made by the gods, but they weren't given any essence. So this very easily could be a rib. A curve. There's a bit of a curve to it, so maybe it's part of a pelvis bone.
Could be brittle.
Oh boy! You're trying to persuade? You're trying to break it. Okay, so
I'm persuading. Okay.
First up, let's do Onyx. Onyx, what did you roll with your?
Okay, so I've got a 13 on the D20 and a 2 and a 1 for my boons.
So you would take the 2, and what's on your D20?
13. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 13. Okay.
That's
31.
2, so that's 15, right?
Yep. 16. Or I'm taking the 2, right, off the D6?
Yeah, you rolled a 2 and a 1 on your boons, and you take the higher of the 2, right?
Okay. Yeah, okay, so 15.
15, okay. Perfect. I'll note that. You were trying to hit her will of 13. Becca, Neera, what did you roll for your perception?
Here's the thing. My eyes were cloudy from being blindfolded. Normally, I'm aware of everything around me, but I only got a 9, even with my boon.
Yeah, and normally for most rolls, especially at starting, you're going for a 10. So great, no dice. Pyrus, what did you roll?
So I had rolled a 10, but since my fatal flaw is I always second guess myself for my bane, I rolled a 5, so I'm not so confident about
Oh
it.
no.
Okay, awesome. Then I'm going to give you a seeker point, and in the next round, you're going to have to escalate the situation in a way that addresses your fatal flaw. Okay, so you now have a seeker point, but yeah, I'm going to need you to escalate the situation. Sonia, what did you roll?
I rolled a 17. My bane is a 2.
Amazing. So yeah, you go down to 15, and as far as these bodyguards are concerned, you definitely are intimidating and scary. So Onyx, what were you trying to persuade Raytelg?
Can you tell me your name again? Is that Raytelg? Is that how you say it? Raytelg. 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 I love how you say that. It's beautiful. Onyx is my name. Listen, Raytelg, I know a lot of people. Okay, I've been around, do some things. If you make sure that we all get to the black market in one piece, I might be able to negotiate something for you while we're there. I know some people there, including perhaps the boss. So if you help me,
You know
help us.
Chabwub. You know Chabwub of the Blister Socket.
Let's just say Chabwub owes me some favors. Okay.
Let me ask you this as a player, is that true?
It absolutely is true.
Amazing. So first of all, Neera, what you notice as far as what she's doing, she's not directing her bodyguards to attack. She is not even really looking at them. It looks like she's very comfortable actually in this situation. It seems like plenty of people have gotten here, haven't promised her the money, and she's able to work out a deal with them. So it doesn't look like attacking is going to be necessary. And even though you failed your perception roll, I think you'd be able to tell from slumped shoulders and relaxed stances that the guards are not attacking. That being said, Sonia and Pyrus, because of your stances, especially Sonia, she is looking a little weak, and she wants to move this along. So she looks at Onyx and she goes,
Yes, well, if you know Chabwub, but then I don't want just anything. A diamond. So what if I can add to my god machine what I really desire? Is a child born of human essence. And I do not mean give me a child. I need a limb or an organ of a living human that I may mate with it. We have ways of doing this and building my own egg for my progeny. Deliver me this, and we will not kill you just now.
Pyrus, you're up. Escalate the situation.
Escalate it in my fatal flaw.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna put my club away and be like, you know what? How about we all discuss it? Let's take a step back from all of this, and I go and I sort of not necessarily hide behind Sonia, but I just kind of stand with her in sort of like in front of everyone and just be
A
like,
lot of hair covering you.
yeah,
Amazing.
exactly.
Yeah.
And, you guys figured this out.
Amazing. So where there once was a dominating figure of this Black Isle demon hunter, there's a gap, and the bodyguards fill that in. A cowering demon hunter is now behind Sonia. Something happened between the bone knife and the mention of a kidney that made the demon hunter squeamish. So yeah, so she's just offered this bargain. She's looking to Onyx.
Right.
Oh, are you the boss now then? What are you, Madam Mim?
I command this crew, and we will get you your human parts. Any preference on their origin?
A male. The male Naga. The male Naga are running short, and I believe that in my egg I shall have a part of me and a part of a male. any organ, let's say an organ below the waist.
Palm
Okay.
totally hears
I
this.
think there's
and
just
roars.
one organ, as far as organs go, below the waist.
Oh, you could know a kidney or an intestine, a stomach. Oh, don't let your minds go into the acid gutter.
Well, I mean, you're talking about cutting off things below the waist. What do you
Yes, there
expect
is
us
that
to-
one too. Yes,
Oh.
I would appreciate one of those. So, by
What
the
sort of
way-
collateral do you need before you release that bone knife from my compatriot's neck?
all right, Neera, make an intimidate check, because it seems like
Is that will?
oh, sorry, will. Yes, it's will versus will.
Oh, good.
Get
This
me
dice is in trouble.
Yeah. Do you have any?
boons?
Do you
'Cause
have
I'm
any?
like,
Oh, yes. If you want to.
Oh, I
assist
am
her
covered
out,
in hideous scars. Does that help? They're
Um,
not
your
as
appearance
sensual as Sonya's.
might- Your appearance might. Do you have a profession that could help you in this regard?
Absolutely. I'm a criminal informant. So I know very much what the criminal element likes to hear when doing business dealings.
I'll say you'll get. I'll say she's already willing to accept this bargain. She knows that she has to let you go in order for you to get it. So roll with 2 banes, and you're trying to hit a 13.
Okay. So if we get 2 6s.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, that's not how Banes work. Boons work.
No, it's
No.
great, but you do get to keep
Yeah, no,
one
it's a 7.
7 plus 6.
Sorry, I had a 2 plus 6. That's an 8.
That's an 8. Okay, so but you did have 2 boons. She said, "We're not releasing you. In fact, we will follow your every step. And if you make one move that is not towards getting me my limb or my organ, I have no conscience. I don't mind killing a human for their essence and feeding it to your Gaia in the middle of the earth."
I can get you your human organ right now. All I need is to borrow your knife.
Sounds like a deal.
I don't understand. You already failed this one time. Why would you need my bone knife in order to get what you need? You have a harpoon there. Surely that should be enough.
Harpoon.
I just stare at her and get closer, and I know Sonya, as I walk closer to her, Sonya is already leering in the area. I don't answer. I just keep staring her down.
So what do you do, Sonya?
I join in. I lean in, and palm is like, I do this with my hand. I kind of like, and I would like my jaguar's wings to just unfold and kind of like perch up.
Yeah, y'all are going nuts on this intimidate. I'm gonna say Becca, because you already failed this. She's less concerned about you. The threat isn't as real. But Sonya,
I'm much smaller than she is. I'm looking way up.
and yeah, Palm and Sonya have entered the pictures. And right, is that your jaguar's name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they've entered the picture, and she looks towards them, and you see a tiny wince. So let's see what happens. Roll a will v will. So that roll a d20. And do you have a profession that assists?
Like that reaction.
I'm an assassin.
Damn.
I just
And
want
we've
to
already
kill
established your
her
weapon
a
is
lot.
strong. Yes. Okay. So
Also-
also, yeah.
No, please, you.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna give you a bane for Neera, because Neera sure is trying. She's trying so hard. But she and this bane also counts for the cowering demon hunter behind you. So Sonya, you were rolling right now with 2 banes, but 1 boon that cancels out. You've got 1 bane.
Okay, cool. That's a 19 minus 3.
16. You were going for a 13. She looks at Neera, she looks at Sonya, and she says, "I don't believe you would know what to do with this, but you might be able to sever a limb with my bone knife, Miss Pakari." And she hands the bone knife to you, Sonya. And she, at that moment, she says, "If you would follow me, I can guide you to where perhaps you might find exactly what you're looking for." And she
you're on the outside of this blister socket. I believe we have an image for this. And there is a weird, strange glowing light coming from below the earth. She walks up to it and she reveals something, a living organism, almost like a vine, something organic, a plant that she reveals, she holds up. And all of a sudden there's a circle in the earth that just slowly gets bigger and bigger and bigger as more light pours from it. The circle itself opens up so much to let it's about a 7-yard diameter. That's about 20 feet. The hole itself is made of a thick, hard brown substance. It's not the moss that you're standing on. As the substance itself gets bigger and bigger, it's incredibly thick. It looks like it's a yard thick on each side, but it does reveal the blister socket. You can't see the end of this tunnel. It's got a comfortable diameter of 7 yards. Remember, each one of you take up about 1 yard, 3 feet. And the sounds and smells pour forth from it. It sounds really whispers, a soft sizzling, popping every now and again, whispers of deals being made. It smells of earth, acid, and pretty palpable tension. The market stands themselves. We have an image for this too. Becca, it's called the Healing Cocoon, but that is not what these are. These are the market stands, and the stands themselves are divided into circular rooms. The rooms themselves seem to be pulsating, and every once in a while, it's like the circular spherical room kind of closes in on itself, but not all the way, like a half blink is what I'll say. It's made up of the same thick, hard brown substance that you're standing on. It's a little thinner. It's only about a foot of film. And the brown, you can see it as it goes down the tunnel, it fades into a tan color deeper down into the tunnel. This is the blister socket. You have determined that the boss of this is named Chabwub, who Onyx claims to know. And Ray Telg is at the entrance, her big Naga body able to fit through, but going to be a little bit harder for her to do. And she lets her guards move to the side of you, and she basically, like a curtain, opens it and allows you to take the first step.
I still think this is a terrible idea.
Just Pyrus, I got this. Don't worry about it. Okay, Ray Telg, if you wouldn't mind, I need to get to Chabwub and just have a little conversation with them. And that's not
Do you remember my payment? There will be no Chabwub until Ray Telg has her limb.
What if I could get him to assist us with that? Because that you're asking for something that's pretty major. I mean, that's not something that just I can just slice. So
couldn't you? This is the black market after all. No one would look twice. And you've been in situations like this before, Onyx. This isn't Dungeons and Dragons. You could do something like that. There are assets and there are people. There are people giving of their life to charge living organism weapons. They're like almost like meat bags in Mad Max. There's cannibalism. There's demon blood being drunk. This is the worst of the worst. You know deep in your heart you're barking up the wrong tree. There's an expectation here, and there's a definite way for you to fill this. Neera, what do you want to do?
I want to make eye contact with Sonia and then look to the closest male bodyguard of Regal.
I read you, and then I will do the thing that I do best, and I hunt my prey.
Oh my gosh! Okay,
take my daggers.
I hold him down and I'll de-pants him.
Amazing. Okay, this is a sneak attack. We haven't even entered this crazy black market. Yes, I love it. Okay, so order of operations. We'll do fast actions first. We're going to treat this like a bit of a combat. Fast actions first, then slow actions. At any point, this is crazy. Who escalated this? Neera. you escalated this situation. What is your fatal flaw?
Oh, I'm a thrill seeker. I do whatever in the moment feels right. Because Gaia whispers to me to do so.
And my flaw is I believe everything you guys say. So I totally believe whatever Neera wants.
I consider this situation escalated. Neera, secret point. Sonia, secret point. So Neera and Sonia, I'll allow you. You're right by you. There's no movement needed. You can take an action, and you guys decide who you want to go first.
Okay, hold. There we go.
Also, you can see that two of these, a male and a female, look a little weaker than another male and a female who are a little stronger.
Well, the weaker, definitely.
Go for the weak one, yeah.
Yeah. I believe you have to pants them before I go
will.
in.
I just she's walking behind us, and I'm so short that I just like duck backwards and spin and go under the arm of whoever's right there and pants.
Awesome. So you're just gonna pants. So I'm gonna say I'll just say this is almost like grabbing. So your agility will be versus my the bodyguard's agility. Okay. So you are looking for, if they're weaker, you're looking for a 12. And I don't think Sonia can help you on this, but you are a criminal. Oh, do you have a profession for pantsing?
On the sea, I was a sailor for 7 years, and you really have to know your balance when standing on a boat deck. You know what I mean? So I can move.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and sailors are just known for just letting it all hang out.
Naughty behavior.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I'll let you roll with a boon. I'll give you another boon just because this is a sneak attack. Basically, they're not seeing. No one sees this coming. So 2 boons. Trying to get a 12. Meet or beat.
I got a 12. I got an 8 and a 4. Finally.
Nice. Okay.
This is where I succeed.
So Ray Telg said, no human limb, no chabwub. Without blinking, Neera knows what to do. She grabs the waist of vines, really, of this loincloth that this guard is wearing, and down it comes. Sonia, what do you want to do?
I go in. Neera, where are your eyes pointed? Because I'm going to dismember this person based on where you're looking.
Oh, I'm going for the junk. I mean, that's the easiest thing to saw through, and we could say we did your task, you know?
No question.
So sorry, everyone. She asked for a human limb. It's going to be a lot harder to hack through a leg than a, male specific body part. Let's go with.
Welcome to the world of Asunder.
Yes.
I go directly. I look at Neera, and with a quickness, I take the dagger, the Naga dagger, and my dagger, and I whoosh.
Oh.
Amazing. Just one fell swoop. You think you know exactly the weakest point of the ween, and you know where it's going to sever. So this is a bodyguard. I want you to make an attack. I want you to make an attack with the bone weapon. And
I got a 20.
Yes.
It is a bone weapon, you know?
We were going to do boons and banes, but it's not even worth it because, of course, Sonia, in your Pakari ways, your bestial form, you are all about the reproduction of species. You had an intimate relationship with your jaguar. This, and also you're prone to the nether regions of really anything. So yes, you know exactly how to sever this from the guy. And before any of you, Pyrus or Onyx, know what to do, you're kind of forming in your head, okay, maybe I'll go to this market, maybe I'll go to this market. Sonia delivers.
Don't touch it. It falls to the ground.
It falls to the ground. Okay. So like a fat worm, it just still, it throbs, it bleeds out a little bit more, and it is sitting in a pool of its own red blood.
Okay.
And Yeah.
Onyx looks over at Pyrus and is just like, bro, like.
Can I go? Can Iris go over and like pick it up and be like, "Hey, what's this?"
Oh, God.
Yes.
I didn't know they sold these
Oh,
here.
Oh, you naive boy. Rachel says, "Give that to me. You're going to wreck this. Yeah, give this to me. You're going to rid it of its essence, and I need the essence more than anything. Pie, you demon. Yeah, no, don't sniff it. Give it to Mommy Rachel. I will make a baby with this." Do you hand it over?
Oh yeah. I give it right over after I've realized what it is, and I go up to Onyx and sort of wipe my hand off of his.
Hey, yeah.
Okay. She
Tom
takes
goes over to Pyrus and is like trying to lick his hand.
Our business is done now, I believe.
Yeah, Rachel, are we good?
She laughs and says, You have just attacked a Kai guard. That's hilarious. You don't know what you will be met with in there now that these other three will spread news of your parasitic ways. You have taken, but you have not given, for I am not of the Kai guard. Good luck down there.
and she pockets the flesh in her scales. She kind of opens like a fish, a little pocket, and puts like a gill and puts it inside her gill, and she goes off. Her job done, her payment paid, and she leaves. The rest of the Kai guard look at you with respect, but a little bit with terror, and one of them whispers to another one and makes her way into the tunnel, and the other two just eye you and follow you. It doesn't look like they're much of a threat at the moment, but it doesn't look like they're going anywhere either. The other one who was cut off is left out on the moss. What would you like to do?
So he's just lying there, dongless on the ground.
That's right. He is making an effort to. You can tell it's not hard to see that any sign of weakness, like emotions, is not tolerated in the Kai guard. That's my gosh. What have I done? I really Kai's name is actually spelled KY. Not really. That was not going to be a thing until just now. I realized what I've done. But the Kai guard doesn't love the sign of weakness, so he's just bulking up and trying to patch himself up with some nearby moss.
All right.
Sorry
I wish I had more chaos energy harnessed. Maybe I could use it to create some sort of fire and cauterize his wound. But really, she had all the tools she needed.
He sees your pitying look, and he looks at you and says, "Do not pity me. I am not one to be pitied. I'll be back on my feet in mere minutes.
Okay.
If you have business in the black market, seek out your business and be gone."
I think we should find Chubwub. And then I make eyes at everybody to split up and find Chubwub.
He took that rather well.
That's something.
He did.
I wouldn't take it that way, but
do you say this out loud? Do you say this out loud? Are you making these judgments out loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you haven't entered the black market yet. So he's going to sneak attack you. He hears judgment in your voice. He really does not need pity. He doesn't need to be told if he's taking something well or not. This weak person is going to attack you. A sneak attack gives me another boon. And he doesn't have his friends around him. So I'm going to actually say that gives him a bane, but he is on the home turf. So I'm going to give him one more boon. Okay. So he's attacking with one boon. He's got, again, these bone swords on the back, and it's this one's a bone greatsword. It's huge. Oh, good. I rolled a 2 and then a 1. So he tries to even unsheath his weapon, and as he's unsheathing it, it's just too heavy, and he's bleeding out between his legs, so he just can't even get his weapon out, and it thunks onto the ground.
I turn it. I point my harpoon at it, and I say, "Remember last time you were unsheathed."
Oh, that was a good one. Oh, I forgot.
Leave him here.
This needs to be a rule. That was a good pun, and you get another secret point.
Yay, very nice.
Yes.
Very
For
nice.
our audience, secret points can be added to rolls as boons, or spent for boons, or they can give you just a leg up in a situation. Maybe you know something about someone, or maybe you have something fairly simple, but maybe they could help your situation in one way or another. So yeah, you get 2 secret points. You have 2 secret points now. The man is rendered humiliated and worthless, and you are now pretty free to enter the black market.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I agree.
whatever. This guy.
Okay.
I make
Moving
an
on.
intimidating gesture at him as I follow behind Sonia.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay. Well, that just adds insult to injury. But you know what? His friends who are still with you, the 2, the female and the male, they're just kind of laugh to themselves. They like that you're that this like stodgy woman is showing so much bravado. So yeah, you walk in, and this thick, black, hard substance fills the walls. It makes spherical market stands that kind of half blink, and as it moves down, you can't quite see the end of the tunnel. But because you've been here before, Onyx, you do know that Chabwub, as always, he's in the back, the very, very back, the deepest part of the tunnel. The other things you see as you do enter, which I'm assuming that you do,
Yes.
there are things in here that you find refreshing. Most of you have some ties to the underworld, and you can tell that it seems like home. Like this isn't so odd from other black markets you've been in. There's a Kalia venom distiller, little pods of plants just seeping out and chugging along. It looks like there's just chugging and boiling liquid within them, opening and closing every now and again. There, further on down, you can see in one of the larger spheres, there's what looks to be like a tree, and with vines coming off of it, and attached to the vines are 3 very, very large, about 350-pound humans. And it seems like the vines are attached to them, and then there are other weird, looks like guns or dart guns made out of vines that are kind of lodged onto this tree. Lots of weapons or tech made from organic things. And there's a stretch where there are a bunch of empty spheres, and standing outside of those, kind of in the middle of the tunnel, 2 humans that are just very, very beautiful. Not in the same way that Sonia's beautiful, but wearing things that are similarly revealing, like Sonia. Seems to be beautiful.
I stare.
Let's not be rude. Hello.
But
So who are you saying hello to?
The beautiful creatures.
Oh, the beautiful creatures. Okay, so as you make your way down, these creatures are further back. They are humans, but you do notice as you're like about 50 yards in, and it seems like the tunnel is about 100 yards. And so halfway through, as you pass, you notice there is a man, Satine, you notice that he is probably Pakari. He's got a weird rodent on his shoulder, and he's just mumbling to himself, the chymification is nigh. The chymification is nigh. The chymification.
The chymification. Do you know this, Sonia?
do I? I don't think so.
You don't.
Mm-mm.
But Sonia, may everyone make a perception roll, and we're looking for a 10 or better.
Got a 15.
You got an 8.
Okay.
15.
9, 15. Okay, so Pyrus and Sonia, you notice something in the blinking of these spheres, and also on the walls, that this tunnel, like a lot of things in Asunder, does seem to be living, and you can tell through. It seems like the wall has ripples, a ripple effect, as it from the front of where you entered, and then it just ripples along the wall all the way down. The blinking of the spheres themselves seems to be part of this living organism as well.
Is it both, or is it just one of the two beautiful people that is mumbling? Is the other one mumbling as well?
I see. No, the two beautiful people are standing there, just acknowledging passersby, and it seems like soliciting them. The mumbler is sitting apart from a nodule, apart from a sphere, just sitting there, not really attached to anything. This person has a wooden cup that looks like he's busking, and he might appreciate a gem or two.
Do I have I guess I have a few shards of pearl, and I'd like to drop one in his cup.
Yes. So if you have so sliver
or slivers,
yeah,
yes.
if you have slivers and you drop into his cup, Neera, this man looks at you like you are Gaia herself, and he grabs you around your legs, and he says, "Oh, thank you, my beauty. The black cloud. He grabs his rodent mouse looking thing. He says, "The black cloud has taken everything from me. This will sustain me a little longer. Will you witness what the black cloud has done to me?"
Have I heard of the black cloud before?
Sonia has, for sure. The black cloud is a madness, a fog in Pakari that inhabits these animals and turns them mad. Anyone who's bonded to one of these animals who's experienced this chaos, it turns it into a stampede. And the Pakari humans who have been bonded to those animals, they're never quite right. They're never the same ever again. I
block Neera. I said, "No, don't get any closer.
Yes,
this is not for us. Just walk away."
Witness.
No.
Witness. And he kills what seems to be his current bondmate, and he screams at the top of his lungs and says, you have witnessed what the black cloud has done."
You did that, you sick old man. I kick his cup over as we walk away from him.
Okay, Neera, I did give you a secret earlier on, and this person's name is, he reaches out to you and he says, "Please forgive me. I can't know what I do anymore. The black cloud has taken me." And he holds the rat now. He looks pathetic, and "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry."
Why did you kill your bondmate?
I couldn't help it. The black cloud took everything I had, including my emotions. And then whenever I feel any emotion, I must re-experience it. I must re-experience
it. This is the disease.
What?
This is a poison of the mind.
Yes,
not to be saved.
If this could happen to him, why could it not happen to anyone from Pakari? I care for you, Sonia, and if something like this were to spread,
do not get close to him.
It was my elephant. It was my elephant, Janja. My elephant. She was beautiful and majestic.
Just walk away. Pounds. I walk over to Pyrus.
We should continue our journey.
I'm headed toward Chad's blood. I need to find him.
Crazy man, what is your name?
Pud. Just Pud.
But I do not know how to cure the black cloud. Is there a way?
More chaos. More chaos.
I I have not yet harnessed my chaos to perfection. But if I can help you, I will.
I've lost my bond again. I am lost. My essence is scrambling. I don't know where to attach.
Can I attempt to use chaos energy on him?
You sure can. You don't know much about it. Yeah, again, you haven't really delved into this art, but that's not going to stop you from trying. You know you're of the mainland, and you have.
If I mess it up, it doesn't seem like anybody's going to care much about Pud.
Okay. Yes. So I love this. Why don't you? I'm going to call this a will roll. What of your background, besides being a mainlander, might give you a boon?
Well, I found a shard, of course.
But
I consumed it. Do you want to tell the tale? I've told the tale many times, and if Pud will listen, I will tell him the tale of when I swallowed a shard of chaos.
You're saying this out loud. What do the rest of your party think or do? Chaos.
I'm whispering to him in a loud whisper.
Okay. So are you trying to make your party not hear or anyone else?
I don't want anybody around to hear.
I walked away. I was following Onyx with Pyrus.
But I have told them all the story of the shard before.
Oh, they all know? Okay, so you've at least encountered a shard, and the way you've interpreted it is that you did consume it. I'll give you a bane. This is going to be a will roll. A boon. So go ahead and make a will roll with one boon. But no, I'm going to make it just a straight will roll because I don't think Pud would even know what to do with chaos, even if that is what he desires. Straight will roll. We're looking for a 10 or better.
My dice are broken.
Oh no.
It's an 8.
Okay, an 8. So here's what happens. You try to channel chaos, and where you get chaos from is who knows, everywhere, nowhere within you, except there is a hint of what you view as kind of like throbbing light, but it's in your mind. So you know how when you close your eyes after looking at light, you do still see some of the shadows of the light, the repercussions of what light once was. And there is something near this tunnel that is granting you some chaos somehow. And as you try to channel that, that's when you open your eyes. You're too stunned that there actually is chaos here. You're not able to transfer any chaos from you to something else, but you are now aware that chaos, there is discord around here. Something's not quite right. Pud looks at you and says, yes, you will see in the chymification. And at that time, okay, we're going to stop. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to.
Oh my God.
After 10 minutes, what else happens after 10 minutes? We get a drawing.
We'll be doing a giveaway. Yes, we are giving away this custom-made Asunder journal from our friends at Dragonburn Designs, dragonburndesigns.com. So we're going to be giving this away right when we get back. You can head right there if you want to see their other stuff. We'll be back at exactly 7:36 Pacific time.
Awesome.
See you guys soon.
Hello, welcome back. And we are going to do a giveaway right now. Thank you for watching the very first episode of Asunder, Gaia's Judgment. Before we get back into it, just come over here into Twitch, even if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, and type !glory in the chat. And I'm just gonna, I see 22 eligible users. I will be mailing to you this custom engraved adventure journal in brown leather because spiral notebooks don't belong in fantasy. And you must be willing to give me a mailing address in order to win. Also be in Twitch chat, type !glory. Oh my gosh, 40 people entered to win right now. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna bring everybody back in so that we can all cheer for you when you win. Let's welcome back our keeper, Amy Vorpahl, Satine Phoenix, Jeremy Walker, and Chris Wu.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Hey. All right, type. Yay. All right, let's see. We're going to give away our very first away. Ready? Tethered Raven.
Congrats.
That is a
Congratulations.
that is definitely a Picari name.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Tethered Raven.
All right,
I have
Tethered
a
Raven.
Burn Designs here. That's mine. It's a Jabberwocky. They burned the Jabberwocky into the wood for me.
Ooh.
That is
That's
sick.
epic. Very cool. Congratulations. I'll be reaching out to you for your mailing address and we'll get this shipped off to you wherever you may be. All right. Wow. Amy, that
was
was pretty
something.
epic before the break.
No, yes. This is so much fun. We're killing it. Let's not stop here. Let's not stop here. Why don't we stop? Okay, you've just interacted with Pud. He's still going on and on about the chymification. Onyx, you know something about this, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Are you keeping this to yourself? I just want to give you the opportunity if you want to share.
About the chymification?
About Kai and chymification.
Yeah. You know what? You guys, they all saved me. So I'm happy to share. I'm happy to share what I know. And this is going to help us get to where we need to go. Okay. Listen, I know this is kind of weird. What we're going through now, but Chabwub is the boss of the Blister Socket here. I think we all knew that. But Chabwub actually controls this. So kind of whatever his will is what's making this giant worm move. Yeah, he's bonded to it, and it's a worm, and we're inside of it. Oh,
is this safe? What if it digests us? What if it starts spitting stomach acid?
What
here's
did
the thing.
we walk in through to get inside of it?
Ooh.
I can't answer that, Pyrus. I wish I did. I wish I could. I actually don't wish I could. I'm glad I don't know what we walked through, which side, which hole, if you will. But I will say that not to worry. Okay, like Chabwub's, he owes me a debt, a pretty large one at that. So if there's anything in solace we can take in that, just know that we're pretty safe here. I'd like to think so.
You know that you're pretty safe here.
Yeah.
Also, Onyx, that's your secret, right? I kind of forced your hand there, but
yeah, you did. I wasn't ready. I was okay.
Were you not ready?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'll as we move further, I'm trying to learn the game too. So as we move further, I'll leave it to you to reveal your secrets. But because you did reveal it, and because it is at this point, it's a really opportune time because of Pud's calling out the chymification and all of that. You do earn 2 secret points.
Yeah.
The reward for you revealing your secret. And every session I'll have a secret for each one of you that you'll be able to reveal. And be sure to let me know when you do reveal it, because I want to be able to grant you sometimes they're secret points, sometimes they're more than secret points in different ways. So let me know when you do reveal your secrets. But you do the math, and I just want to know, will everyone just tell me everyone make an intellect check, an intellect roll. So just make a D20 check and add your intellect bonus to it. Sonia, you get a boon because you are a Picari, and this is an intellect based on the giant worm.
Okay. 11.
4.
Okay, Pyrus?
Also 4.
Okay. Onyx?
It's going to be a 13.
Nice. Okay. Any of you who have secret points, don't forget to use those either. Okay. But Sonia and Onyx, you did pass up. You did overachieve and get higher than a 10. So you do the math, and now you know that the worm's name is Kai. The worm's name is Kai. Chabwub is his Picari. Chymification sounds like some sort of process. And like Neera was afraid of, it does sound like maybe it's gonna digest something. So
friends, may I ask a favor of you?
Sure.
This Pud, I pity him. I would like him to join our group. I really just relate to him. And
his mind is poisoned. We don't allow people clouded like that into our tribe.
Who's to say that he won't pass on his ailment to Sonia?
Yeah.
I hold Palm close, and we're like, I'm petting Palm.
Neera,
I don't think that that's how the black cloud is spread, and
It
also
is.
I have suffered from discord. Would you banish me from our merry little group?
Neera, what is it about Pud that do you think a reason for him to come with us? I mean, is that, is it really necessary, or is it just like a kind of a...
It was an impulse. Gaia usually speaks to me to give me these impulses, and perhaps if maybe he has
Also-
information about the chymification that could help us.
Neera, yes. Also, Neera, you realize when he says my essence is scrambling, you can't imagine what it would feel like to not be bonded to something. It is almost a requirement for your survival. So a bunch of pity might come from just him having essence and not knowing really where to put it or what to do with it. Just because he experienced the black cloud doesn't mean his essence went anywhere. He's just trying to reach out. It's probably why he semi-bonded with a rodent real quick and then killed it. It's like nothing really exists in reality for him anymore.
Right, and I convey that his essence is scattered, but he is not meaningless, and we need friends here because we have severed the member of one of the Kai. So perhaps to not fall subject to this chymification ourselves, we should have Pud as sort of our escort. No one seems to want to get near him.
Yeah, he looks at you, and can he hear you say this or no?
Yeah.
He looks
Yeah,
at
I'm not like trying to spare his feelings. No. I pity this thing. Yeah.
So he says, I'm right here. I'm right here. You don't need to do third person talking about me.
Pud probably has a lot of feelings that he doesn't know what to do with.
Yes, I do. But also, yes, Chubwa pities me. Parasites. He says parasites are not allowed inside Kai. If you take, you must give. If you give, you are allowed to take. I can't imagine that I've given much, but he allows me to be here. I must give something. I don't know what it is, but I must give something. I wish I knew. I could take you to him. He trusts me somehow. I know I'm a parasite. I know deep down I'm a parasite.
Pud, hush. You guys, I'm not sure what it is, but something gives me the feeling that Pud is trustworthy.
Can I play my fatal flaw and change my mind and be like, you know what? No, I think we should bring Pud with us as well.
Yes, absolutely. Jesus, that's amazing.
And I'm going to play my fatal flaw and say that is believe myself better than those who are bound to the ground. And if Pud is a parasite, Neera, I know Chadwell enough that we don't need a parasite lingering on.
Onyx, right now, and Pyrus too. Right now, everyone's talking. Everyone's kind of being themselves. In order to gain your secret point, the situation needs to be escalated. What that looks like is if you're talking, that needs to escalate to perhaps yelling. If it's yelling, escalating to fighting. If it's already fighting, we're looking at bloodshed. So
I take my club out, and I'm basically pushing Pud to be like my bone club distance away from us with the spikes like up on his throat because I don't trust him.
Amazing. Sonia, what is your fatal flaw?
Friendship.
I believe I am gullible. I believe Neera. However, I still don't trust this person. So I'm basically like leading them, like, when you have a snake and you have those things, you kind of like latch its head. So I'm lifting him up onto his toes and like forcing him to lead. And I'm kind of like doing that.
So you're not trying to kill him. You're trying to like handcuff him. You are believing Neera?
Rope cuffing him.
Rope cuffing? Yes. Amazing. Okay, so Onyx and Pyrus, I'm going to say, Sony, you can have a secret point for escalating the situation. Pyrus and Onyx, though, I do want to give you a secret point, but how do you escalate the situation?
No, it's fine. I think with Sonia escalating it, that's a good level for now. We'll find some more escalation later.
And I just look at you all, and I'm like, so where do you want me to? Where are you taking him? Where is he taking us? Don't get close to him.
I believe he knows where the location of Chubwub is. Perhaps you should allow him to lead us.
Yes, I am a part. And he shuts right up and starts walking. Neera, I believe. Are you allowing Pud to be a member of this situation?
I am. Yes, I've
It
convinced
sounds like-
him to let him join the group for now. It seems.
Yes, it does seem like that. So go ahead. Pud, when he as he's moving, as you're forcing him to move, he kicks over his cup that's full of tiny gemstones that are mainly slivers and pearls. There is one ruby in there, and he looks at Neera and says, "Take it, it's yours. Take it, it's yours."
Only if you insist, Pud. And I want to look around. It's just there's a ruby.
Yes, there is. Let me tell you exactly what you get. You get. Where do I have this written? It's right here.
Well, I got my sliver back.
You definitely got your silver back. You also get. Oh, actually, 2 sapphires, 4 pearls, and 9 slivers.
Pud's carrying all that.
Yeah, Pud's richer than I am.
Yeah, anyone who's looking at that gets a feeling that he does not go unsupported in this worm. It seems as though he's going to be okay. Someone's looking out for him. And also, Neera, you get 3 doses of sawgrass powder.
I was going to tell you, I really wanted to be addicted to sawgrass powder.
Oh no! You're gonna be addicted to everything.
Yeah.
Chaos.
For healing. It's good
powder.
for healing, everyone.
It is good for healing.
I'll share my sawgrass powder. Laugh.
That doesn't sound like being addicted to it if you're going to share it. I'm okay with that. Okay, so that is what you get. And he begins to walk. And as he walks, yes, we do have an image for the Kalia Venom Distillery. Let's see what that looks like. The Living Gear charging station. We can see it kind of all looks very organic.
Are we walking by the distillery?
You are walking by the distillery. You're also walking by the charging station, and then the brothel people are a little bit further down. But Pud he's guiding you straight to the back, and as Onyx knows, Chabweb is all the way in the back. Did you want to do something though, Sonia? Sounded like you were.
Take a peek in the distillery since it's.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, so inside the distillery, again, so after Onyx has explained to you what the walls and what this tunnel actually is, a gigantic earthworm, you notice that these blinking spheres are actually some version of opening and closing cysts and pustules. The tan and the tan and the brown substance is actually hard flesh. So these stands actually exist inside these cysts. The distillery has some plants growing up and out and into it, but mostly it's pods. And you do see a woman, a human, and she does look New Gaian. She's tinkering with she's tinkering with a glass vial, and this glass vial is holding. Kalia venom to be mostly acridy greenish yellow. This is a vial of purple, and as you all know, glass is illegal. Yes, it's here on the black market, but she shouldn't be just holding this out into the open.
Do I recognize her?
Sonia, you do actually. You do recognize her. Yes, you do.
So I've got my club with the spikes, and I'm holding the guys basically the spikes are coming out like this, so I'm holding them up, and I kind of flick my wrist to kind of take him up on his toes again and pull him backwards, and I'm leaning in, and I'm like, "Nostredi?"
Yes, and she goes, "Yes." Oh, it is you.
You're looking good. What does she look like?
Sonia. Yes, no, Strutty is she's the best way to describe her is angular. I mean, it is a long chin, a long angled cheekbones, and long nose. She's very sharp. She's got short, like brownish green hair. Little tiny green grasses are woven through her, but it's very short, almost like almost pixie-like. And she's dressed in just fine leathers, very, very soft animal leathers. And she's got this vial, and as soon as she sees you, you can see her palm it, and it just kind of goes away. But she says, "Ah, Sonia, it has been so long."
Hey guys, we should just tuck in here really quick. And I'm like talking as if Pud is just like a pet on a leash, and I'm just like dragging him in with me to this. I'm like, come meet my friend. We're very intimate, a lot together. The two, come meet her. She's wonderful.
And
The pleasure. I grab Nostretti's hand and do the common greeting.
Yes. And what is the common greeting?
I grab her palm and turn it over and sniff it.
Yes, and she does the same to you. And as you do that, she says, "I hate to be a stickler, but as Pud has probably told you, the chymification should be happening pretty soon. And as you can see, we cannot contain everyone in my small market stand. You, of course, Sonia, and Pud will always be welcome. But the rest of you might need to seek other refuge." And she puts her hand to the wall, and you see more ripples, kind of faster, coming down from the front. I'm going to roll a d6 die to do a countdown die. We're at 3.
Oh.
And she says, "Yes, the chymification should be coming soon. You should find your own shelter, don't you?"
What is the chymification?
Oh, you don't know. You don't know the chymification? It is a mass digestion of Chi must pass earth through his entire cavity. It is how he gains his strength, and he has not been doing well lately. So he must. It really is a deluge. It's like an avalanche of earth, and to be within his cysts or his pustules, that should save you. But if not, you might be passed out the other end.
Can you get us to point us to Chadwell? Like it's just a really quick shot we can get to him.
I mean, straight down to the back.
Can we make it in time?
The might take you there itself.
Oh.
Let's just run.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
soon. And I take Pud and I like start pushing him forward.
Okay, so we'll see you after the chymification then, Sonia. And
Onyx, I think you'll really like her. She's actually quite inventive.
And awesome. So if all of you run, you can each run your speed. But if that's all you do, you can do double your speed for a rush action. So
yeah. My speed's pretty
what's your everyone's speed?
I just want to run.
Yeah, we
10.
run.
10.
10. Okay, so 10.
12.
Ooh. Okay, so 10 will take you 20 yards in one turn. Who's 12?
Onyx.
Onyx, that'll take you 24 yards. Again, you've probably got about 50 yards to go. So that's round 2. Round 1, we're down to round 1. You're still running? Yep, that'll take you to 40. Onyx, again, that'll take you to 48. And then, yeah, we're here. So you have one turn to seek shelter. Most of you are about 10 yards from the back of Kai. You do see. Here's what you see. You're passing through these different market stands, different cysts. None of you bothered to even ask if you could be let in. Totally fine. But at the very back, there is a very large pustule, an enormous cyst. And when I say enormous, it's not greater than the 7 yards, but the diameter is closer to 4 or 5 yards. Now, within that, you see
what has to be Chabweb. He's covered in wiggly worms. Every orifice is stretched out past what it should be, drooping eyes. His mouth itself seems to take over his entire neck. It kind of wiggles and moves on its own. He's become segmented himself. Lots of little earthworm segments. And they're the cysts that you see where everyone's had a market stand, they gurgle and split and splot all over his body. But you do see what looks to be a small grin, a little smirk as one side of his mouth.
Are we safe in here?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I want to get into his pustule so that we can be safe from the climification that's about to happen down this hallway.
Yeah, I mean, do you say anything? Do you do anything?
Yeah.
I just shove my body where it's tight and assist, I guess.
I'm gonna scream Chabweb as loud as I can because I want him to hear me and notice me.
Well, it seems the Sky Dancer is back for a favor.
Chabweb, my man.
Yes.
Can we get inside your pustule? Because I'm not trying to, my friends and I, we really don't want to get blown out of the back of this thing.
The complication is real.
Yeah, the complication's very real. I can tell.
Yes.
Are we good?
Yes. Is this what you would like to spend your favor on?
Well, I just thought that maybe we could get in there. Yeah, it would really
sounds like a yes. We're paid up. Get in here.
Fine.
You see his huge mouth that kind of goes all the way down here to his chest, wiggle and squirm. And as he goes, oh, Kai, yes, Kai. And every cyst, boom, 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 shuts. And you can feel the entire ground surrounding Kai, within Kai. Everything is undulating. The walls are undulating. The cysts themselves are undulating. Acid is kind of splashing everywhere. And the earth starts from the very end. You can, if you want to peek out, you can see through a slit in the cyst. The earth is moving through. The earth moves through. I guess, Onyx, have you experienced this before? Do you think you can spend a secret point to say that you have experienced this before?
I have.
Great.
I mean, yeah.
Then spend one of your secret points, and you know a little bit about this. Yeah. This is fine. You should be fine. Yeah. Okay? You're in the cyst. How has anyone else survived in this without it?
I know it looks weird. Like
Does it smell?
Why wouldn't you warn us?
It absolutely smells. This is like...
It's terrible.
It's terrible. But, Onyx, what you do recognize is that this is worse than it was before. The smell isn't just acrid, mangy earth. This is gangrenous. Something is rotting within it. It's the worms around Chabweb. During the chymification, they seem to kind of close up and squirm up and enter his body as much as they can. They don't want to be on the outside of it. Those smells that you smell are almost... It's not even venom. It's just acidic. Yeah, sorry.
I look over to Sonia and I say, I just learned Bakari can come in all different forms.
Can I lean over to Neera and be like, Neera, you should give him the common greeting.
I puke at the thought.
No.
I turn around and puke on the floor, which he probably takes as a compliment.
Chabweb.
Do you do that? I love it. Yes, of course you do. Yeah, of course you do.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna tell. That's an escalation of the situation for sure. What is your fatal flaw, Neera?
I'm a thrill seeker.
Yeah, no, that's not going to get you a seeker point. You must.
It's not a thrill. I did not seek this out.
No, so, you see that, and actually,
Chabwub looks at you and says, "What has your friend brought to me? Get this woman out of here. We have enough stench and acid as it is. We do not need bile on top of this." And he
I
begins.
thought this was your bondmate. How dare you insult your bondmate in such a way?
This is not the way that things should be.
Hold on, Chadwell. I think I can help you because something about this seems off. Like it does. This kind of seems like how it was last time. Remember? Like, is there? Do you?
It seems like last. Right. That was about.
So
half a year ago you were here.
I'm assuming that you probably need something done again. And if you can do that, if I can do that for you, we need your help with something that you might be able to provide from
Onyx, did you give this guy a colonoscopy last year?
Not exactly.
What's a colonoscopy?
Well, it's basically what just happened out of this earth.
Yeah.
That's I digress.
The earth is still tumbling through.
Okay.
The other thing you notice, Onyx, is it's not just earth tumbling through like it was last time. Something is raking against, as the earth is passing through, it's raking against the cyst, and it sounds as if it's whatever's passing through is scratching and creating cuts and holes, making the stench stronger as it passes through.
Do you need my help again?
Funny you should ask. Yes, Kai is unwell. You can tell.
I can smell, but yes.
Unwell, tell, smell.
Cham, whoa. Okay. So look, you and I, we've worked together. I would really think that you might be able to help us find something. If I can do that for you, if I can help Kai feel better, will you help direct us to the seat of Gaia?
How do you know of this seed?
You. He looks at Pyrus.
You, demon hunter. I do not know you.
Pyrus?
I am Pyrus Olam Godard of the Tachan clan of the Black Isles. We are here to seek the seat of Gaia for knowledge.
Yes, how came you by this information?
It is rumored to be here, somewhere in the black market.
Rumored? Who started these rumors?
I look around to the rest of the group, not sure if I want to say, so I try to lean in and say it as quietly as possible, but I've gotten word that there are others also seeking the seat of Gaia. I have heard rumors that the Red Alliance is here.
No. What? The Red Alliance make an appearance in the acid jungle. I say no. Are you of this alliance?
And his worms do not want to leave him, but a few of them deluge onto you, he's it's a test, and his worms appear on you.
They said words. His worms? Oh!
His little larvae maggot.
On who exactly?
Crawling up on your skin. And he said,
are you of the Red Alliance? Keep in mind, my worms are hungry with Kai being ill.
Oh, God.
If we were part of the Red Alliance, would we tell you that we were? We are trying to get the seed before they can get their hands on it, or before anyone else can get their hands on it, because we need the information that the seed holds.
And what about my information? What about my knowledge that I should gain from activating the seed?
How badly do you want to save Kai?
It is the only thing that matters to me.
That seed does not matter to you.
And I suspect you know how to save my worm. You, with all the experience of the gash in the Black Isles, hunting demons. Demons! You know nothing of the living.
You know nothing of the Black Isles. But if what Onyx says is true, you don't have any choices to make here. We are here to save your Kai, and we need that seed in return.
Well, it sounds as though you are resolved. I do wish to save my worm. So, Pakari, you understand the bond between a human and her beast. The worm is sick. Onyx, you saved Kai a 6 month ago, but it has only gotten worse since then. I don't know what to do.
That I vomited on your floor.
Onyx,
And
what did you do?
Look, you asked me for a simple favor.
Are the worms still
I
on
did
me?
They are still on you.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
You asked me for a simple favor. I helped you. I did everything I could do and everything that you asked me to do.
And I repaid the favor by saving you from this gangrenous avalanche.
So how about we do this again? I'm gonna go about it. I'm gonna get to help Kai get whatever this is off of him, like just like last time. If anything, no, he's not well now. If anything, this is gonna make him feel better. If it's only for another 6 months, better than 6 weeks, right?
Can I look around and see if there's anything that looks like it's an opening into Kai, like maybe a mouth or like a... How does he communicate with Kai? Can we see anything in his super spacious pustule cyst?
Yeah, it's like Sonia was saying. It's pretty telepathic, from what you can tell. This whole time you've been talking to him, he hasn't really strayed too far from being able to touch Kai. So the walls, the cysts themselves. Why?
Can I go up to one of the walls and start smearing a dose of the sawgrass powder on it?
Yes. Yes, you can. And actually, that might help Onyx. Onyx, make a will roll, and because of Neera's earnestness and being willing to spend a dose of a really, really potent and valuable, legit drug, roll with 1 boon.
Ooh, okay. It's gonna be a 10 and a 5.
15. Great. Yeah.
As I rub it in, I just speak to her. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah, take it. You better enjoy this.
I take a worm off of Pyrus and kind of hand it back. And I'm just kind of like slowly using my sneaky assassin skills to like try to make him feel better.
That's very diplomatic. Sonia, make an agility roll, an agility check, 10 or more. I just want to see.
17.
17. Okay, so you're able to do this without, and the worms, as you pluck them off, they want to go back to Chabweb. You're able to remove it's about a dozen worms off of your friend without offending Chabweb or even distracting him. And
Thank you so much.
So that's happening in the background while Neera and Onyx are focused on Kai. Neera, you can tell that at this point, the chymification has all but ended. There are a few rumblings, a few undulations in the walls, but your salve, your powder, did repair about a foot of tear in Kai. It does look like it almost wove itself back together using the sawgrass's essence, and it very quickly looks like it does heal that tear. You get and Chabweb looks to you and says, "My dear girl, and my dear boy, you are in earnest in helping me, aren't you?" "Yes, I see that now. Well, to be honest,
If Kai were to be healed, I would have no use for this seed. The seed was going to inform me how to heal my world. Well.
And he reaches right below his sternum where a bunch of maggots that kind of have replaced his intestines, and he reaches deep into these intestines and he pulls out almost like what looks like a fruit pit. It's ribbed on the outside. There seems to be holes, and there's a soft light shining from it, he says.
I'm going to be the one to grab it.
You're going to try to grab it from him?
Oh, no, to receive it. Like, I just put my hands out. Yeah, no, I don't grab it.
Okay, well, look, you're looking rather thirsty, aren't you? Aren't you, little one? Does this...
Pardon me?
Are you wanting this? Is this what you want? Oh.
And he buries it back inside his body.
No, no.
Whoa, Chapel,
I wish to help.
Yes, when you heal Kai, you may have the seed, but not before. And it must be a full healing, not just whatever you did 6 months ago. This will not just be a removal of one cyst, one pustule, one market stand. Kai,
What are you asking me to do?
figure it out.
How long ago did Kai start feeling ill?
Well, it began before 6 months ago. I'd say only about a month before Onyx came to lend his services.
And what are the symptoms? I mean, aside from
yes,
the obvious.
Well, yes, he can't digest as well. He seems to be lethargic. The convocations, they last longer. Nothing is as efficient. We both feel as it's hard to explain. We've always wanted power. We've always wanted to be as large and powerful as we can. But our priorities have changed, and it's hard for me to even understand.
Right.
So, is there a blockage somewhere? Is it the same thing that we dealt with before?
No.
Is there?
Well, it might have been starting back then. Whatever answers you're seeking, I can't express this enough. You won't get them from me.
Oh, how about we come back once we have some sort of answer for Kai?
Yes.
He looks at you and says, "That does seem to be the charge, doesn't it?"
Neera and Sonia and Pyrus, because you're not talking directly to Chabweb, make a perception roll.
Man, I'm rolling hot. That is another natural 20.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
Because my dice are all broken.
11 for me.
11, nice. Oh, nice. Oh, I love that on your screen. Some people will hold up their dice and be like, "Look, I rolled a 20." I'm like, "Yeah, you could have just finagled that on its way up here."
Screenshot.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so Sonia, you've been holding Pyrus with the right in between the spikes, and sorry, not Pyrus, Pud. Pyrus, you get the sense that Pud's eyes are going out of control. Sonia, you can see that Pud is all but vibrating, and it seems in a positive way to whatever Neera is saying, like almost like nodding uncontrollably.
Pud, can you speak to me out in the recently evacuated hallway here?
Well said. Yes, I want to. Yes.
And Chabweb goes, "All right. Well, with Pud on your side, I don't know how you can fail."
With the deepest sarcasm.
What do you know of Pud, Chabweb?
Pud Pod is a lesson for us all.
Okay. Let me just I just gotta talk to Pud. I just want to pull him to the side. Is the pustule door still shut?
Chabweb will gladly open it. So you see Chabweb's
Chub, would you mind?
enormous mouth just go wah, 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 wah. And as that happens, the sis and probably the rest of the market stands, you can see just kind of like electric doors just opening.
I kick Pud off the
start to
edge
get
of
sick and
my club, and then
No more. Okay, so Pud stumbles into the middle of the floor of the tunnel, but definitely outside the pustule that Chabweb runs. You see that this whole time the Kai ward has been keeping its eye on you. They're right there, and the rest of you are free to exit or stay where you are at will.
The Kai ward, meaning the bodyguards that we dealt with earlier. Okay. I just want to pull Pud to the side and privately ask him, who put that sawgrass powder into your cup? We need a lot of it.
And Pud says, I think they're gone. They were just here to charge some living gear. They said they'd be back in a day.
I grab him by his shirt and I shake him. Pud, we need a lot of sawgrass powder.
You've seen, I don't, that isn't the way.
We're friends now, Pud. We're friends now.
Yeah,
I need the seed and I need that powder to get the seed.
I'm not lying to you. If you want a sawgrass powder, you will need a ton of it to heal this worm. There's not time. The worm will be dead soon. I can feel it. I can feel it. The last chymification is nigh.
How long, Pud? How long until this worm craps its brains out?
Days. Weeks, days. I think days.
What kind of seer are you? I thought you understood Bakari. I let you in our group, Pud. You owe me.
I am not bonded with the worm. There are things I know and things I do not know, but new Gaian sawgrass healing. No, it's not. It's something else. It's something else.
All right. Back on Sonia's stick.
thunk.
Sonia, you have a friend?
And while you were out there, I feel like I've been trying to explain to Onyx how he really, really needs to get to know my friend Nostretti. I've been like explaining all the adventures, all the like sexual adventures her and I have been on, and different positions, and how I really think that Onyx would really like her and her resources. And like this one time we were talking, and she was talking about how she was sleeping with these higher ups as currency to gain business advantages. And I really think that you and her would get along a lot, like really, really well, especially when she does this thing.
No, listen, you sparked my interest, believe me. I'm happy to go meet with her. I also saw something that she had that I'm kind of intrigued by, kind of wondering where she got it, and maybe let's go talk to her, because she might have some insight of what we can do here.
It's a very good idea. And that was my secret. So.
Yes, you revealed your secret. And so as you do make your way and lead your group to, I think you will gain your reward after talking to Nostretti. But you do lead your group to the Kalia Venom Distillery. Maybe we can see that image one more time. It does look almost like a laboratory, but everything is made of something organic. You can see bones and teeth, and I mean, it's straight out of Macbeth. Eye of newt, hair of bat, or wing of bat. It's almost like an alchemical lab, but with wooden flasks and horns as beakers, rhino horns as beakers, that type of thing. So you come back, and Nestredi's just kind of toiling over a couple of huge seed pods that have some boiling liquid inside of them. Vines seem to connect everything together, and she's just studying, peering through different hollowed out teeth. So she's peering through one and the other and one and the other.
Does that magnify things for you, or?
Oh, you're back. Good to see you. And Sonia and friends. So you survived the chymification. It was very cozy here. I would have loved to have you, Sonia, and Pud here, but the rest of you were not welcome, so I understand.
Sonia, what's with your friend?
Have you had a little too much venom? Have you been dipping into your stash?
Well, what is Kalia venom if not distilled? And what is distilled Kalia venom if not used?
I look back at everyone. I said, yeah, she had too much.
Nestredi, Onyx Obsidian. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Neera. Yes, Neera Wayfinder
Neera.
of Mayland.
Iris.
Oh, beautiful. And are these vines on your skin? They're dancing.
Who's she speaking to?
Pirates.
No. Vines. No, but thank you.
Oh, yes, the discord must have entered my mind. They do seem to be dancing to me.
Nestredi, you had something earlier, and I'm curious about it. I know that it's not something that we can really talk about here, but you probably have a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about, right? You was holding your venom, I believe.
Starts with the G, ends with the last, is super illegal.
You know?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Right.
That's fair.
What if we trade you?
I had a little something in my throat. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But
Oh, really, Onyx? Do you want to go there? You were here last. Yeah, what were you doing? What were you doing last time? Here in the black market, here in the Blister Socket.
You remember? Well, I was helping Chabwa help Kai feel better.
And that was the only reason. Oh, really? He called you to him? Really?
Well, Kai had something on him that needed to be removed, and apparently I was the only one that could do it. Chabwa is someone that I've done business with in the past, so I thought maybe we could stay connected that way.
Mm-hmm.
Onyx, you never do anything for free. What'd you do it for?
Well, Chabwa was in my debt, so I did it for that.
Wait, but you wasted that on us not getting shat upon.
That's correct.
What a horrible use of a favor. You had to remove a whole cyst for that?
Yes, I did, and that's why I'm trying to get to figure out this situation.
Yes. Okay. Do you want? It sounds to me like your friends do not know
No,
the entire story.
I feel like everyone's speaking in riddles here. Can we just come out with it? Let's just pretend that we are Kai and just let it flow.
You had glass.
And
Where did you get it?
always have glass, Onyx Obsidian.
Palm like headbutts Onyx's butt.
Okay. You're right. I do. All right. Now look.
Look, fingers point back the way they were pointed.
Okay, fine. I have glass. I'm a glass dealer. Okay, everybody happy? You guys okay? You got it?
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, that's fine.
That was
Oh,
we all
We
knew
weren't.
that.
Why were you being so secretive? We all know you're a glass dealer.
Oh, that's the end of my leverage.
Okay. All right. Well,
I
fine.
didn't know-
Everybody
I didn't know your
knows.
friends were so out in the open. I didn't know you had such honesty and trust.
I was
between-
trying to keep that a secret. I mean,
Yeah, not a
thanks
very
lot,
good job at
Neera.
it.
No.
All right.
Palm's
Fine.
like, "Brr."
What gave it away? I don't understand.
I caught you. I caught you. Remember?
Yeah, you, but the others.
You just dress like a
Hold on.
stereotypical glass dealer.
Right? Yeah, your airship is covered in blights. Oh.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So I don't keep it low profile. Fine.
Hashtag Asunder inside jokes.
So I don't keep a low profile, but fine. Okay, look. You had something. I'm sure I can provide something for you. Can you please help us figure out how to make Kai well? We need to get something from Chabwab.
It would
And
probably
that's
help
the
your
only
business.
way it's gonna do it. You know, you help me, you help us, I help you.
Okay. Yes. I could use any glass that you could possibly have, but all I have is a theory. I'm no Pakari. But in the last Kai has experienced what I consider growing pains. Since Chabwab has bonded with Kai, I do not think he was ever meant to get this big.
Oh.
Mm.
But I just hesitate suggesting that to him. I know it's at the risk of Kai perishing, but can you imagine telling a Pakari to somehow make their worm smaller?
Huh. So, this worm guy who lives inside of his worm pet that he's bonded to, he's stretched it out on the inside. It seems like we need to clear all these people out. Have them stop having a black market inside of this worm.
No, it's not us. It's not the width. It's the length.
You know, either one works.
The length is a problem. The length. Oh, so
not really
I know
important.
exactly what you're referring to. Exactly what you're referring.
There's a guy outside of this tunnel who could tell you.
Oh, you keep your hands off
Hey.
Chabwab. You keep your hands off Chabwab. We have an agreement. No,
So we need to shorten the length. What if we cut it in half? Can't worms split into
Oh.
two?
And grow back to
I hope if you can somehow cut this enormous worm in two, I think that might do the trick.
Do you know what Chabwab has been
Sonia!
feeding the worm in order to make it grow?
Oh, good question.
I do not think this is Chabwab's fault, for I do not know a Pakari who would wish this upon their beast mate.
It's true.
Someone else has done it to them, you think?
Just chaos. I think as throughout the years.
Oh. I forgot to tell you guys something. Friends. Earlier, I attempted to reach the chaos within me, and I noticed there was a source of discord within the worm itself, and I forgot to tell you until just now, but it seems very important.
It does, doesn't it?
That seems like a very large clue to leave out.
You were there?
You have experienced chaos within the worm?
Oh, you're talking about the worm. I thought you were impressed with me for a second because I am a chaos wielder in training.
Congratulations. Here's your trophy.
Right.
I like her.
She's very fun. I told you, she's very inventive.
You are.
Near the
So
main
yeah,
hall.
You are. We have to get into some shenanigans here in a bit. Don't you think?
Well, after we take care of all this.
Yes, priorities.
Don't mind
Right.
us. Onyx was talking about how
Ready. Get it
I
together.
do have an airship. Just put that out there. Back to what we just were
Could work.
discussing.
An airship could work. Neera, show me where this shard was, or where you sense the source along the worm walls.
okay, well, I'm not sure, but let me let my chaos energy lead the way. And I just close my eyes and start wandering through the worm. I'm going to kind of rely on my friends to, if I start to walk into a person in the market, that they'll kind of like help me and guide me because I'm just going to keep my eyes closed.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Follow
Is
this way.
anyone guiding her?
Palm will.
Oh, cute. Aw. Just
Kinda
hold on
like
to Palm.
nudge.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've got a seeing eye jaguar with
Okay.
wings
Yeah. So
that I put one hand on.
you're moving back up towards the mouth of the worm, and as you do,
Oh, good, it was the mouth.
showed my hand. I could have kept you scared for a little bit longer. But you move back up towards the mouth, and you get a sense to your left, but and you overpass it. You kind of pass it, and you go back and forth, and you realize that it's pretty much right in the middle of all of the empty cysts that the two beautiful humans were standing outside of. And it's kind of right in a pocket in between one of their dozen cysts.
Did my friends follow me?
Yeah, I
And
did.
Nostretti?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nostretti definitely did.
Come. I circle up and I don't see there's two hotties in between there. That's where it's coming from. Anybody have a plan?
She points right at the wall in between a couple of cysts.
Well,
Can I feel if the discord is coming from the outside of the worm on the other side, or if it's like within the worm in this spot?
Yeah, you can sort of. It's either in the worm's walls. Again, remember this is like a yard thick, or it's just beyond it. So it's not. It would be really. Let's see if you can actually. Let's see if you can. So why don't you make a? This would be like a kind of a sensing. So I'd say perception, or because you're bonded to your soul, I'm going to make this a strength. You're basically like the constitution of your body is going to be giving this.
I didn't look at it, but I rolled it. Can I have a boon because I had 2 secret points earlier?
Yeah, you can spend a secret point for a boon.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm not going to look at because I have to spend it before, right?
Yeah, I like that.
It's a 12 and a 6.
12 and a 6, 18. This shard, is small. It's not like the shard you encountered before. It is like a splinter. But yes, it is in
baby's
the
got
worm.
a splinter.
It's in the walls of the worm.
Oh. But these 2 beings look like they're guarding it.
I mean,
Sonia,
no.
use your wiles to. Oh no.
Well,
Yeah.
it's really they look like this is their area, but guarding it's the wrong word. They own this area, like this is their property, their land, their cysts. As far as guards, it doesn't look like they're guarding the wall where you're feeling.
Okay. Friends, I need some sort of distraction while I dig into this wall. Sonia, can I borrow your bone knife that you got from the Naga?
Oh, yes, of course. And I look over at Onyx and I'm like, eyebrows. And then shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
I give you that knife and then we go.
Iris, what are you going to be doing?
I'm gonna follow Sonia and Onyx, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna stand back because I want to see what transpires.
Amazing.
I'm not going to move closer until I see that those 2 creatures are distracted.
Okay. Yeah, they're definitely human. You can tell, and you can also tell that they're mainlanders. But what they're wearing is almost like silk, woven by spiders and dyed with deep purples and blues from various flowering plants.
That's a really nice silk. I want to get one of those.
Are you saying? Okay.
Sonia and Onyx.
Yeah.
I'll wait on your cue.
They look at you. You seem interested, but they don't say anything.
I look over at Onyx and I'm like, and I push him forward a little bit and then do this. You don't say anything?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
I go.
I don't think.
So my friend and I were trying to. We were wondering if you were busy right now.
Oh, me?
No, I'm talking to them.
Oh.
You and I are wondering if they're busy.
Yes, I don't feel very busy. Do you, Isiok?
And he says, no, Welkin, I don't feel busy myself. I might actually be about ready for a lie down.
Do we notice, do they look like they're on something? If they've taken anything or if something's glowing on them?
Oh, good question. Good question. Go ahead and do just an intelligence check, I think.
That is an 11.
An 11. Yeah, they do not look like they're on anything, but they do look like they're playing at being on something.
Oh. Like
just like the way, you might act like you're stoned.
Okay.
Okay.
So I kind of look around. Like, do you guys have any place to lie down? Any things that would help us want to lie down too?
Yeah, you kind of look like you're having a lot of fun, and we just would love to maybe join in on that fun if that's possible.
Oh, fun. What do you think, Isiok? Isiok, isn't fun expensive?
And Isiok looks at Welkin and says, yes, Welkin, fun is so expensive. That's why we don't have enough of it.
I think 4 sapphires might change our minds.
4 sapphires.
For fun.
I tell you what. How about you take 3?
That doesn't sound like very much fun.
I agree. I like having a little bit more fun than 3 sapphires.
Okay, well, how about this? Why don't you show me the kind of fun that we're going to have, and then we can add the other one on.
Now, who's all having fun?
I back
Have
away.
they moved closer to Sonia and Onyx? Have they moved any closer to Sonia and Onyx and stepped away from the wall as they're talking, or they stand their ground?
Absolutely, Becca.
Ooh, I'm just going to slip in against the wall with my back to them, not making eye contact. And then when I get to the spot that I feel, I'm going to start carving into it.
Okay. So basically, you're going to be making an attack against this wall. Go ahead and make an attack roll with this bone knife.
Good
So just roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
I need to not look.
You can add your strength to it. Okay.
10.
It's very, as you're carving the wall of Kai, it does undulate. But you see, like it's so thick, you're scratching it. Like it's just a scratch. It's almost like God stone. It's almost like stone, or a very, very dense tree. This is not your ordinary worm. It does feel very thick. So you're scratching.
I motioned Pyrus to get over here and help me as the other two are doing their distraction.
If I can sneak my way over there, I'd like to sort of slide against the wall like she did.
Amazing. So do a really quick agility roll and add a boon, because they're distracted by 2 other sexy people.
If there's one thing sexy people like, it's other sexy people.
This is agility, right?
Agility, yes.
Okay, let me go ahead and pull that up. Agility's only 10. Oh, thank God. Okay, good. I rolled a 4, but I also got a 6 on my boon.
Oh my gosh. Okay, by the skin of your
Nice.
teeth, poor naive Pyrus, out of his depths with these undulating people, moves over and slides leg by leg, foot by foot, like a stealthy ninja, up against the wall of outside of a building. He makes his way up to Becca, and without any real disturbance, is able to join her in carving at Kai.
Okay.
So y'all do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue to carve away.
You know, I will say that this isn't the only threat. Just carving at Kai and these dancer folk, they're not the only threat that you have. So we're going to do a countdown die real quick to see what happens. We're at 4. So great. We're at 4. 4 turns to do something before another thing happens.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right. So the dancers are going to, they're like they're still talking about the money, the payment. They want just 4. How much is a sneak preview worth it to you? Sounds like you want just a sneak.
Well, yes. I tell you what, you're a dancer, right? You guys are. I'd love to show you some of my moves. Just to kind of maybe I show you my moves, you show me yours.
Wait. We can negotiate. I look over at Onyx and I'm like,
It's just we've seen you here before. We know you have the gems.
All right. Sidebar: Onyx is a little cheap. He doesn't really want to give up.
No.
Okay. You know what? Fine. What's another sapphire to me? So I tell you what. Sure. 4 sapphires. Sounds good.
Show them to us.
You show me first. You said you know that I have it.
Will check.
Oh shit!
You get 1 bane. You get 1 bane because these are definitely people who are accustomed to not being paid.
Gotcha.
You can argue for boons if you want. Too late.
Yeah. Well, it's good because I rolled a 19 and with a bane of 3, so 6.
Oh, okay, 16. Okay, well, Isiel and Welkin say, well, we like how confident you are. Get in here, you and you. And they take you by the hand into one of the pods that very slowly into the pustules that very slowly closes. We're down to 3. We'll come back to them in a second. But as far as Pyrus and Neera, what are you doing?
I want to call to Nostredi. Nostredi, we need your glass.
Ah, my glass.
This is the only thing sharp enough. There's discord within this wall. You won't have a shop to sell from if we don't get the shard out of this wall.
I will not. Look, there are things on the black market that I will do, but I will not reveal. I will not reveal glass to be the target. That I don't know whose eyes are actually here. You're asking to become a target.
Then give it to me and I'll do it.
We'll create another distraction. More distractions.
Okay, she does what she does is she pulls out this vial of purple liquid, and she transfers it to something more living, like a folded up leaf that acts as a pretty good temporary container. And she hands you the vial of glass. It's about 3 inches long, high. But she says, "This is all the glass I have."
Is it sharp?
I'm out of here. I'm out. I'm leaving. But what she also leaves behind. She says, she's indisposed at the moment, but give this to Sonia. And it's a wooden. It's a really, really pretty carved wooden vial. It looks like she's got many of these in her shop, but she hands it to Pyrus and says, give this to my friend, but I can't be anywhere near this. And she leaves back to her distillery.
The vial, the glass vial, is it sharp at all? Does it look like it could get some cutting in? No?
At the moment, it's not sharp.
Oh.
He's just holding it, staring, looking at it, and I take the bone knife and I'm just gonna slash at it.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that does break it. I mean, it's glass. It's not gonna hold steady, and it wasn't a highly calcified glass. So yeah, it breaks in his hands. Pyrus, will you roll a d6?
Yes. This is either really good or really bad. I rolled a 6.
Yes, you take 6 damage.
Yeah, I figured I did.
It's sharp now.
Yes. So the bone knife shattered the glass in his hands, but it also exploded towards his face. And this doesn't actually make the demon hunter look any worse for the wearer. He's already covered in scars, but there's going to have to be some glass removal here in a bit. And also, just so you know, glass is highly illegal, and it being wedged into his face is actually a huge risk. We're down to 2. Well, back to Sonia and Onyx. What are you all doing?
Enjoying ourselves.
Yeah. Enjoying yourselves.
Having a little bit of fun.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. And in that same turn, Neera and Pyrus, what are you up to? You blasted your friend.
Can we take the shards and cut, looking for the other shard?
Yeah, you can find two pieces big enough, 2 glass. I guess, yeah, shards big enough to at least wield. I'm gonna say every single time you're gonna take every single turn that you use them, you will take 1d3 damage, which is a d6 divided by 2, just because this is a total improvised weapon, and this is going to be cutting into your skin. So yeah, but you are able to make some headway. This is more of a gash than it is just a scratch. So both of you please roll a d3 and take that much damage.
I got -1. So my health is from 10 to 9.
No, actually, I'm going to say, sorry, the way the mechanics work, you have now 1 damage. You're never going to be subtracting from health. You're just going to be adding damage.
Thank you. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's different and better, I think, especially if you're trying to subtract 9, which I hate subtracting 9. Pyrus, what were you going to say?
No, I got 5, so 3 damage.
You round down, so 2 damage.
Oh, 2 damage. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 damage. But yeah, that's another turn. You're making a pretty good gash. It's about 6 inches now. Still no sign of the shard, but you're convinced that you're in the right spot.
Can I stick my hand in? Is it any softer once you get through the outer layer?
It is a little bit softer. It's still not flesh though. It's not the flesh that you would assume. It's like thick. It's more leathery than that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're at round 1. Sonia, Onyx, still having a good time. It's only 6 seconds later. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sonia and Onyx, did you go hetero or homosexual with this? Did you take the female? Who took the female? Who took the male?
I thought they all went in the same pod.
Yeah, we all went to the same pod.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah,
all right.
Don't make them choose, Amy.
Yep, you're right. I didn't.
What happens in the pod?
Yeah, just about to say.
Okay, this is from the outside. Neera and Pyrus, you're experiencing this cyst is decorated with baubles, little wooden and bone, just trinkets, all tied together with vine-like string, and it is shaking.
I'm not jealous. I didn't want to be in there. Did you, Pyrus?
No, I'd much rather have glass in my face.
I'm really sorry about that. I really owe you.
We're at one last turn. Neera and Pyrus, what do? Keep it on cutting, or
if she wants to cut, I can try and pry it open.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna say, make it real quick, Pyrus. Make a strength challenge roll versus the
I want to use a secret point.
Okay, awesome. That's a boon. If you have a profession that allows a boon, I'll allow that.
I don't think so.
Okay. Versus you don't have wall man.
Yeah. I rolled. Oh, I'm sorry. Go.
Can I pray to Gaia to give him a boon?
You absolutely can pray to
Excellent,
Gaia.
because
but
I am Gaian as part of my profession.
Gaia does not give a shit about what's happening right now. So you can pray all you want. Gaia's not listening.
Give me this chaos.
Yeah,
but
I
I
love that
really
you're
want it.
Okay, Pyrus, roll with a boon.
And this is strength, correct? So
yeah.
my strength is 12, so I add 2 to the roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in that case, I rolled a 25. I got a 19
God.
and a 4 on my boon, and I added 2.
And that's amazing. This is while Neera, you are slicing through. So you actually you need to take another D3. Take another D3 of damage.
One more again.
Yeah.
One more. Perfect. Okay, so you're slicing. Pyrus is ripping, and there. And by the way, that's the end of the rounds. There is, you see it shining forth from the flesh, this sliver of chaos. It almost does look like glass, but it's colorless and it's hard to explain. It's not white, it's not black, it's both. It's almost purple and then glowing on the outside. So this is unlike something you've ever seen, Pyrus. Neera, you are familiar, and I
want to swallow it.
Yeah, you're rendered totally disabled. No more actions for you. Your only focus is on that shard. But it is the end of the countdown dice, and at this moment, Chabwub approaches and says,
Really? This is your answer? Cutting up my worm, not even cutting off a cyst. You're going to stab my worm? Kai Guard, Kai Ward. Come forth.
Chubwub, trust us. Trust us, Chubwub. I'm not looking at Chubwub. I'm looking at the shard and trying to reach for it.
Yeah, unfortunately,
trust us.
I think
can
that's
help.
where we're gonna end the episode.
No!
Yay! Oh, amazing job, Amy.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Amy.
Amazing job, you all.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Well,
Cliffhanger.
we'll be back in 1 week. We should tell everybody, thank you so much for watching, and please check out Asunder on Kickstarter. It's not up yet. It's going live on November 17th, but you can go to the link in the YouTube description, or you can go to kickstarter.com/project/failed superheroes/Asunder, which I've got in this fun little banner right here. If you go there, you'll get an alert when it goes live, and you can sign up right now. So please, 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 please do so. This is such a crazy world, and it's so much fun to play in.
Dude, so much fun.
We do have a little bit of time, and I'm actually really curious as to which humans and which essence bonds people are interested in, because I think at this point you've been able to see a bunch of different opportunities to be bonded to. So in chat, I'm just curious what
should we go around and maybe Amy, you explain New Gaia, and everybody else explains sort of where their character is from, and then people can shout out in chat what they're into.
New Gaia, you're bonded to plants, or if you're actually pretty evil, as far as how New Gaians view you bond to insects. And then both of you, whether you're bonded to plant or an insect, it's kind of like Satine's character, you take on traits of that plant or of that insect. And then the seafarers are just, if you imagine, there was a Simpsons episode where there was pollution in the ocean, and everything that came out of the ocean was just severely effed up. Extra limbs, extra eyes, mouths.
They remind me of the pirates from Davy Jones's ship.
Totally.
Yes, but there's art. Oh, I wish I'd pulled this, but there's art where this woman has a mouths, like basically dentata mouths on her knees. So she just knees someone and then grasps them. So they're very mutated. So anyway, those are those two, and then everyone else go ahead and weigh in on what your essence bonds are.
In the meantime, that was amazing, and My goodness, how saucy.
Yeah,
Yeah, you finished the night in a sexy
I know.
cis pod.
I do like that. I was like, oh, clearly this one person's going to take this, and this, and we're going to have it's just going to be two people, and it's like, what? I guess both of y'all thought no.
Well, at first I didn't know. I was like, oh, okay, Sonia, this is what we're doing. All right, like, and then it just sort of happened. I guess that's just the way things
I
work
thought
out.
we were
anyway.
going to purchase some drugs.
Yeah,
They may not have cared at all that we were cutting into the wall, but
yeah. You just
like
hear
an
Onyx just
actor.
going, yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so
I
Justin,
can go.
probably
I can
mainlander,
go.
seafarer. Yeah.
So Sky City. The reason why I chose Sky City, I just love the fact that people from Sky City can leap like 100 feet into the air, descend, and land on their feet. Sky City is a city of floating islands, which is all, the essence is the Blister crystal, which is keeping everything from manipulating gravity and everything like that. So I just thought that was the coolest element when I read that in the book, and really wanted to play with that. So
yeah, you were the first person to choose your character. Everyone's like, oh, we all want to pick something different, and you were just like, I'm Sky City.
Yeah,
I was like,
we get to
Sky City.
choose
Everybody
two.
choose two. And yeah, Jeremy goes, Sky City or Sky City. Like, all right.
Yeah, that was all I
done.
was going with. Yeah, it's super cool. It's there's just so much you can do. The skimmers are, I guess that's like the noble class up there, with the 9 major noble houses. So it's just a really, really cool element in the story, and I really love it and love playing this character. I just can't wait to see where our story goes. It's amazing. Amy, you're awesome.
Oh,
Yes.
thanks.
Yes.
I got really entranced by the idea of chaos being an addiction, and also being the most powerful type of bond. If you can harness chaos, you can do incredible things, but it will be at a cost to your soul.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
So cool.
Yeah, we're currently level 0.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we don't even know what that will hold yet.
Yeah.
I love the Picari. I think I wanted to be a beast master jungle lady. I think that's what I actually said. I was like, I don't know if I want to be like the plants or the beasts, but I want to be a jungle person. Yeah, and so like that was really cool. And then going through the character creation was so fun and interesting that it's just like, and then she's like this, and then she's like this, and it's really fun because the character development is so like there's so much to her that hasn't even leaked out yet.
I know y'all all came up with like amazing backgrounds, and it is like, as far as if anyone's interested in being a keeper or basically a dungeon master of this world, the way I've trained, just even for this first session, it's like the way you train your brain around metal is think of the metal thing, think of what you're used to, and now how is it alive? Like, how is this thing, either how was it alive, how is it part of something that was alive, or how is it currently still living? And it just opens up the world so much.
Mm-hmm.
Dragonburn Designs is here. They say there would be Sky City for sure.
Awesome.
And just another
Agreed.
shout out. Let's just say thanks to Dragonburn Designs for donating all these items. There's 6
Thank you, guys.
different giveaways.
So
One
cool.
each week.
So
And
awesome.
let's see, Tethered Raven, congratulations for winning one of the leather bound journals tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Pirates,
Chris.
well, yeah,
oh
go
yes,
ahead,
Pyrus. The Black Isle. So I picked Pyrus, who is from the Black Isle, because the Black Isle is a desolate wasteland that doesn't have any plants or animals or anything to bond with. So everyone there has to.
The world is broken.
Oh. Everyone focuses all their essence into themselves. And since the Black Isle is populated with demons, they form these demon hunting tribes, and either they use their essence to get strength from those other hunters around them, and they power one singular demon hunter to battle a demon head on, one-on-one, or they focus their essence into themselves and start to like make themselves super fast or super strong and stuff like that. So they bond with their bodies.
People in chat were saying, "Oh, that's the monk class," and I get how it's kind of it's easy to think, if you know D&D very well, it's easy to say like, oh, monk and barbarian. But the way this world is built, it's actually it is very similar, but it's every time you use essence, it's part of yourself, which is why I loved having the character Pud, who was without his essence because of the black cloud, and he's just forever changed. So it's, as long as you have your essence, you're good, but there's always just a chance that the gods might change their mind and take it away.
Yes.
Oh, wow. This is
Well,
so cool.
Thanks so much to everybody for watching one more time. Let's just go around and shout out maybe your social media handles if you want people to find you there. Amy, kick it off.
At Vorpahl Sword on Instagram and Twitter.
Satine.
At Satine Phoenix on like everything in Gilding Light.
Yes. Chris.
Oh, at Wootini on IGN.
Jeremy.
At Jaywalker Scene. JWALKER Scene.
Awesome. If you're watching us on Twitch, you can find this video on youtube.com/goodtimesociety. And we'll be back next week. So please enjoy. I'm going to play one more time the 1-minute intro video we played at the top that has voiceover by the one, the only Matt Mercer.
Sexy.
So sexy. All right. See y'all next week.
See you
Bye.
Tuesday. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
The world is broken. Broken by the gods who gave it life, then abandoned it. We have been left to fend for ourselves, our divine essence bonding with the plants, which we reshaped into weapons, bonding with the sea, which then reshaped us. Next was the insects, and then the beasts of the land. We found remnants of the gods, chaos, the power to transform reality, but it was not meant for us to wield. The secret societies, with both noble and selfish goals, have tried to control it. Something has changed. Gaia has awoken from her slumber, and Asunder has begun to devour itself. The Naga have betrayed the Alliance. Demons flood the Black Isle, and the dead have begun to rise. Most deny the end is coming. We've seen the signs, cannot turn back. We are the Seekers, and we will find the answers wherever they take us. Our story can be your story.